What is up, guys? Coming to you with something very different. This is going to be a Star Wars Battlefront beta gameplay. This game is very, very exciting. It's actually a lot better than Call of Duty, so to speak. Not really. It's more like Battlefield, which Battlefield isn't really my thing. But it was fun anyway. So let's get on to today's commentary topic. Mentality. I know some of you guys, or some of you ladies and gents on YouTube, probably have something wrong with you. Not like that's a bad thing, but everybody has something wrong with them. I want to talk about today is that, so there's a lot of people who deal with this. It's called depression. Depression is one of the worst things you could ever think of in your life. You ever recall a moment when if you're a girl, if you got dumped by your boyfriend or your girlfriend dumped you, and all you can think is like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? I'm going to be lonely forever. I'm going to have 30 cats in my basement. I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to slip my wrists. It's just all those things going through your head, and you just don't know what to do. But here's the thing. A lot of people don't really take it seriously. They just knock it off as an attention thing. They knock it off as like, oh, he cuts. He's an attention whore. He just wants people to feel bad for him because, he's all about that attention shit. It's like, there are some people who actually cut, but they don't want to show their scars because they feel insecure about themselves. Then you have these other people who do it just for the attention. You can tell they're doing it for attention if they're showing it to people on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, tweeting pictures of their wrists with all these scars on them. There's actually a couple of pictures that I have seen of my ex, and she posted them on Facebook. She's saying she's going to commit suicide. This was a few years ago. But she was one of the first people I probably knew who did that for attention because she didn't know what to do. She got bullied all the time. She felt like, she felt like a piece of shit. So she had to do it on Facebook. I don't know what kind of attention she was doing it for. I don't know what she was doing it for, but it seemed pretty serious, and her mother had to step in and kind of end all that because it was getting out of control. But here's another one. Bipolar. If you're one of those people who have moods that, they instantly switch from, like, you can go from being happy like you just got married, you just had a bunch of kids, then all of a sudden, bam, you're a pissed off person. Like, really pissed off. Like, you have no idea why you're pissed off. You're just standing there like, why am I pissed off? I have no clue. No one did anything to me. I didn't do anything. I didn't break anything. It's like, what just happened? I have no idea. Then they switch to this. Mood where they're just crying for no reason. They're like, why is life so hard? Why does everything have to be so instant? Everything have to be so hard? Why does it all have to go downhill even though that nothing's happening to them? They're just like, it's like bipolar is like Michigan. The weather switches all the time. It could be snowy first day. It could be 70 degrees the next day. It could be sub-zero temperatures the day after that. I mean, it's just like that kind of weather. It's just like that weather, but it's mental. Not like it's mental. But here is the last typical one. I know some people, this is their thing. They may have some people with this, but there's something called Asperger's syndrome. And I really don't want to say this, but I do have it myself. It's not very fun. It's really overwhelming. It just makes me like really sensitive things. Like, for instance, sarcasm. Sometimes I really don't think they're being sarcastic. I just get really pissed off easily. It's like, and sometimes I'm like, I have no empathy. It's like sometimes I have no emotions. Like last year, my funeral, my grandfather's funeral, he was one of the people who had been in my life for such a long time, and after all that, I mean, he died. I didn't cry. I just sat there like, what's going on? It's like I have no emotions flowing through me. I'm not crying. I'm not doing anything. It's like, what's going on? Why am I not feeling anything? Even though I have a syndrome that, messes me up and all sorts of things. Like, why am I not crying like everyone else is? Why am I not going up to his casket and just, telling him your last words and all that? It's like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, mentality stuff is just, you don't understand it. Like, autism, all these other mental disorders, we just don't understand them. They just appear out of people. But the only thing that I know from what I heard of is the autistic mentality spectrums are caused by vaccines. That's some pretty serious shit, guys. I mean, a vaccine can do this to you, and it can make you just like me. You do not want that happening to your kids. If you ever have a child and you give them a vaccine, please rethink that decision because you will regret it. You do not want a person with Asperger's syndrome because it's really hard to deal with them. I mean, it's slowly getting better for me, but it's really hard. I mean, it's like you get pissed off easily. You have a compulsive obsessions with like random things. Like I used to be obsessed with one thing. Then after a few years, I would switch to the next. It was an ongoing thing. It was like one thing. Nothing else mattered to me but just that one thing. Then here's another thing. It's like, then when somebody tells you can't do this or that, you just go ape shit. Like, you just don't care. You're just gonna sit there and just like, go ape shit. You don't care. It's like, we're not normal. And the fact that in school, we're really socially awkward. But this is going to be the end of this commentary, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Leave a like and tell me what you think about this. And I hope you have a nice day. Let's get to 5 likes. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next commentary. Peace.